Mojang is changing how villagers work, sparking heated debates and divisions in the community. In response to this, I made a video showcasing easy ways to move villagers around. But how good are these tools really? Are they actually useful in survival? And honestly, are these new changes a hit or a complete flop? Well, don't go anywhere because we are about to do something no one else has ever attempted before. Start a new world in the snapshot and build a trading hall with villagers from every single biome. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. First, the setup. I spawned in a new world and right away I could see a couple biomes, but the first thing I had to do was go to a village. Once I was there, I got to work. I built a breeder, 2 easy iron farms, and I started trading hall that got me full diamond gear without too much grinding. By the way, I'm going to upload a tutorial on how to get this setup up and running super quickly. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Once I reached this point, it was time for the split. In one save, I'm going to create a trading hall with every librarian using the old rerolling method. In the other, I'll travel around the world to get one villager from each biome, bring them all back using different methods, and assemble the new trading hall. Finally, I'll let you judge which one was better based on my impressions. Let's get started with the old method. Well, honestly, there's not much to show here. I just kept on breeding villagers and re-rolling each one for ages until I got one of the books I needed. We are back, and I got one librarian with each book in the max level. Well, actually, I didn't get any sword enchant, fishing rod enchant, or crossbow enchant. And also, I am missing a couple of them, but I got bored of breaking and placing the same block for hours. Even without getting all the books, I spent 4 hours doing this. But I managed to get full diamond gear that now I can enchant to the best armor in the game, all without moving from this same spot and without going mining even once. Now it's time for the new method. By the way, this part was streamed live on my Twitch channel, so follow me over there if you want to see content like this. I got my stuff sorted and I set out to the savannah we saw from spawn. On my way there, I also saw a desert, which is one of the biomes we'll need later. Look, a pink sheep! This is a sign. The first thing I did once I was in the village was to break all the workstations. Then I trapped a bunch of villagers in a hole and started constructing a breeder. But after testing with a librarian, I realized I was derping. I just needed to take a couple of villagers from this biome and bring them back to my base. So I lured them to the water, moved them in boats, and then tried to use the workstation method to guide them back. It actually worked out quite great, even though I lost one along the way. Like, it disappeared, I probably lost it. And without too much trouble, I had my first villager on the list. From my base, I could also see a jungle, so I decided to try and breed one of the secret villager types next. This was going to be more challenging, so I gathered my supplies and came up with a plan. First, I moved 2 of my plain villagers all the way to the jungle, which went pretty smoothly. Then I deployed my super easy to build breeder. Tutorial for this design coming soon. Accidentally punched one, and finally, after giving them some bread, we got a jungle baby! Take a look at this guy! Now, there was a problem. You can't move a baby villager using workstations since they don't work. I could have waited until it grew up, but that takes 20 minutes. So instead, I tried something new. If I place a bed, will the baby try to walk towards it? Yes, the bed works. This is something new I didn't know. Using this method, I brought back the baby and one of my old villagers. And just like that, I already had 2 of the 6 villagers I needed. Now it was time to visit the desert we saw near the savannah. Hello, pink sheep. It was a bit far away, and while walking over there, I came up with an idea. I could be using nether portals to make this process faster. If I see lava, I may start gathering obsidian. I decided I wanted to look directly for a desert village instead of reading villagers there, and lo and behold, I found one. They camouflaged so well. Made my way through the desert, put some villagers in a hole, small accident, and then lured them using workstations. Everything was going great until I think they're going back to the village. Forgot to take the bell. We finally got our savannah villager, our jungle villager, and 2 desert villagers. So far, everything was relatively easy because I could see the biomes from my base. But for the next 3, I will need to explore faraway lands. I have no idea where I can find them. Bringing villagers back through the overworld could take ages. Alternatively, I could risk it and bring them back through the nether. After stopping by a lava lake to gather some obsidian, I built a portal at my base, wrote down the coordinates, and went through. go. The first problem we have is that we need to get down. The nether is a dangerous place for villagers, so the safest bet was to dig down to the nether floor and make an underground tunnel. I dug down until I hit bedrock, went to the coordinates I calculated earlier, and linked a portal back to my base. Would you dare moving villagers through the nether, or do you think it's too risky? Leave your answer on the comments. With this infrastructure set up, it was time to venture out and explore. I didn't have to go very far before I found a swamp. I also spotted a snowy biome nearby, so I entered the swamp and almost instantly I found a village. There's a village next to the swamp too. This is gonna be super easy. You know this part. I broke the workstations, lured the villagers, and built the breeder. I wasn't lucky with the first baby. And it's a regular one. This baby's useless to us. There we go. Breed again! We need more babies! They weren't going to breed again for a while, so I tackled the most challenging part, connecting this area to my base through the nether. Once again, I had to face dangers to get down, but after reaching the floor, connecting the portals wasn't that hard. When I got back, I was greeted with a surprise. Yes! We got a swamp baby! I sent the baby to the nether and transported it back using a boat. With that, I had 4 out of the 6 villager types, and for the next one, I went back to the snowy mountain we saw earlier. This is taking quite a bit of work. Like the video to show your support. After climbing up, I saw it was a windswept hills biome, which will allow me to get a taiga villager. The problem was that the terrain was quite treacherous, and the closest village I knew of was back at the swamp. There was no way around it. I had to go all the way back there, get 2 villagers, transport them back to the mountain, move them up through the dangerous terrain, build a breeder, and get the baby. And I also had to build a portal to the nether, which wasn't that easy this time. Go! We made it! But after discarding the first baby, we got our taiga villager, there we go, and transported it all the way back home. Now all I had to do was get a snow villager. I went back to the taiga and started exploring from there. I quickly stumbled upon an ice biome. Ice! But finding a village was another story, and things became quite dangerous. So tell me the baby has the... Yes, a baby with a trident. Ah! No village! There we go! Finally! After linking another portal, I thought I was done, but no so fast. Oh! Dangers! Another one! Leave baby alone! It took me a while to find a way through all the lava, so much that the baby grew up, but finally we made it back. So there you have it! 1 villager of each biome. Now it's time to build a trading hall. Take a look at this! 1 villager of each type. Not all of them have book trades, but I can still reroll them over here until they get the books I want. I just wonder if all the traders get all the books, so I'm going to level them up and I'll be right back. We are back! And I leveled all of these guys to master level. Also, I think I found the trick. It seems like you will get all 3 trades, but you don't know in which level they are. So you can reroll the first trade and pick the first book, but these ones, yeah, these ones will be random. And the level of the master trade will also be random, which for villagers like the swamp one with mending, it's not a big deal, but with efficiency and protection, if you gotta do it for all your gear, yeah, that can get a little bit annoying. Finally, it's time to compare both methods. But before I share my thoughts, I want to hear yours. What do you think about the new villager mechanics? Did seeing my adventures change your mind? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. After doing all this, here are my opinions. I just wanted to actually play the snapshot and actually try getting a villager from each biome before forming an opinion on this topic. Honestly, I like the new mechanics way better. While the rerolling method was a bit quicker, it certainly didn't feel like it. I was just breaking and placing the same block mindlessly for hours without moving away from my initial village. And that, for me, is boring. With the new mechanics, I got to explore and get to know my world, learn new things about how to move and control villagers, and most importantly, all along, I was playing the game, interacting with all kinds of game mechanics along the way. One method was a chore, and the other was an adventure. But truth be told, the new method is not perfect. Not being able to get the max level books from the librarians after all that work was a bit frustrating. So I hope this video brought a new point of view to the discussion. If you want to learn all the tricks I use to move villagers, check out this video. My name is Bruno and I am out. Goodbye.